Activists and other progressive groups will stage protest actions on Wednesday to mark the 50th anniversary of martial law. Former cabinet officials are flagging the possible implications of reinstating the office of the Presidential Chief of Staff for resigned Executive Secretary Vic Rodriguez. They say that it goes against the Marcos government's right-sizing efforts. A market research firm says that a blanket ban on Philippine offshore gaming operators or POGOs could affect the property sector, particularly the office space segments. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. Former cabinet members have raised concerns over the possible implications of bringing back the office of the Presidential Chief of Staff. Former Presidential Management Staff Undersecretary Karen Jimeno told The Big Story that having a Chief of Staff on top of an Executive Secretary can cause potential conflict. She explained that the two positions could have overlapping functions. Attorney Vic Rodriguez earlier resigned as Executive Secretary, although he will still be serving as Presidential Chief of Staff.
So the president has the prerogative to, of course, arrange his office, the executive branch, as he likes. But this has to be organized first before positions are created that conflict with the existing structure. Otherwise, as you said, there can be confusion, duplication, and worse, of course, conflicting decisions among these positions.
Meanwhile, former presidential spokesperson Edwin Lascerda believes that appointing Rodriguez as Chief of Staff is just political accommodation.
Well, I think it's obviously an accommodation because, the president values also the number of months or years of work that Mr. Vic Rodriguez provided him. So he doesn't want to let go entirely. So you're now providing a very public position of Chief of Staff, which by and large is just administrative in nature. It's Chief of Staff because the real power next to the president is devolved to the office of the Executive Secretary. So one has to be very, very clear that there are no duplication. Otherwise, gulo yan.
And a total ban on Philippine offshore gaming operations could throw a monkey wrench on the property market, according to Colliers Philippines. Colliers Senior Director Dom Mandaya told Business World Live that a blanket ban on POGOs would push the country's office space vacancies up by 5%. He added that the government should consider making a distinction on which segments of the POGO industry that should be banned. Even so, Andaya said that this ban should be done gradually.
We need to ask ourselves what specific segment of the POGO industry is causing us these social costs. Do we just outrightly ban everything? Probably that's when I will not agree.
One News Now will be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Several groups will be staging protests on the 50th anniversary of the declaration of martial law. Here's the report.
Artists continue to prepare for the martial law commemoration tomorrow despite heavy rains. In UP Diliman, students and professional artists painted a mural depicting the struggle of martial law activists in the 1970s up to the present. The mural, called Kalahating Siglo ng Daluyong, took a week to create. The mural shows President Marcos and his late father, former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr., sitting on thrones, while Senator Amy Marcos was drawn in reference to the Pinoy comic book supervillain Valentina. Student artist Nick Halea says the mural is still relevant for them, even if they did not experience martial law themselves. Lea said this information has become more rampant as it spread through social media.
Kami ho ay mga artista ng bayan na mula sa iba't ibang organisasyon na nagtipon upang lumikha ng isang obra upang sumalamin at maging simbolo ng aming paglaban sa madilim na kasaysayan na puno ng pang-aabuso, pang-aaresto, pagkitil ng buhay sa mamamayang Pilipino noon.
Joe Tanierla, chairperson of the artist group Tambisa ng Sining, said 10 floats will also be featured in tomorrow's cultural protest.
So ito ay kubol ng mga manggagawa sa Huelga. So sinisimbolo niya yung masiglang paglaban ng mga manggagawa ng kilusang paggawa mula pa noong panahon ng batas militar hanggang sa kasalukuyan. Mas lalo siyang relevant, mas lalo siyang mahalaga. Kasi pinapakita ng una nitong mga archival photos, archival images na to na nakapaikot sa kubol na nagpapatuloy pa rin yung laban ng mga manggagawa.
For his part, Kilusang Mayo Uno Secretary General Jerome Adonis is calling on the government to address persistent labor issues.
Hindi kami magdiriwang kung hindi kami ay muling magcha-challenge sa kasalukuyang gobyerno na harapin yung mga long-standing na problema ng mga manggagawa mula pa sa diktadurang Marcos Sr. na pinabayaan. Dapat po ay maregular ang mga manggagawa sa lahat ng mga kumpanya kung saan sila namamasukan.
Militant groups will begin their protest in Quezon City Circle before going to UP Diliman for the main program. For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
The Philippine National Police and the Environment Department are now investigating an alleged attempt by an armed group to invade the Masungi Geo-Reserve in Rizal. Jenny Dongon with the report.
Saan ba yung ano ninyo? Kasi bilang
pinipicturean kami,
meron kayong mga agreement.
Kayo lang yung nakapag-picturean nila kami.
Kasi public document yun sa SOSIA, kailangan nyo.
Oo nga, meron. Bakit ko naman ibibigay namin sa'yo?
Paano
pag ayaw namin, ma'am?
Bawal yun!
This was the confrontation between the personnel of the Masungi Geo-Reserve and a group of armed men encamped in the conservation area. Vehicles were also parked along the Marikina Infanta Highway. Masungi Managing Trustee Ann Dumaliag said the group plans to take over huge tracts of the land in the protected area. Dumaliag said that a retired military official and a certain Bea Sunipal are claiming to own the land but were not able to present the title.
Pinaliwanag namin sa kanya yung konteksto ng lugar na ito'y titulado, parte ng protected area, at hindi pruweba ng pagmamayari ng lupa yung isang survey plan lang.
To prevent tensions from escalating, the Philippine National Police has confiscated the firearms from a group of men claiming to be part of a private security. The PNP is also looking into the possible involvement of some of their personnel.
Mga kapulisan natin, whether active, whether retired, we really have to check all of these things para na sa ganun ay ma-resolve natin ng maayos ito. We are coordinating with the DNR, our DILG Secretary actually, and the other agencies na titingin kung ano yung basis, ano yung legality, and sino-sino yung mga armed group allegedly na mga involved dito.
Meanwhile, the Environment Department claims that the area occupied by the group of men is not part of the protected area. However, this does not mean that the holder of a land survey has legal basis to claim the land.
Hindi siya kasama dun sa boundary, nakalabas siya. As I said, yun ang investigahan natin kasi ang nakita natin based sa location sa GPS na kinuha ng ating regional office, nakalabas siya doon sa claimed protected area under the MOA nung Masungi Geo Reserve at saka yung sa Lot 10 na under the name of the Republic of the Philippines.
In 2017, the DENR and Masungi Geo Reserve signed a memorandum of agreement to protect and conserve 2,700 hectares of land. But according to Masungi Geo Reserve, the recent incident is not something new. In February 2021, 2 forest rangers were assaulted, while 2 others were shot in Rizal, close to where several resorts were being developed. The DNR vows to take action against illegal occupants and structures inside the protected reserve. For News 5, Jenny Dongon, we are One News.
For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.